All right, so today we're going to dive into a really profound piece of ancient wisdom. It's this simple but incredibly powerful metaphor for, well, how to live a truly harmonious life.
So let's just start with the big one, right? I mean, this is a question philosophers have been wrestling with for, well, forever. What is the secret to a harmonious life? How do we actually navigate the world with grace and strength and a real sense of purpose? Well, according to ancient Taoist philosophy, the answer is hiding in this one single, really elegant phrase, Shangshan Ra Shui. It means the highest good or the ultimate virtue is like water. So, water? What on earth does that actually mean? Let's get into it.
Okay, so to really get this metaphor, we've got to talk about the concept of the Tao. Now, just think of it as the natural, underlying, effortless flow of the entire universe. And what's so cool is that the original text we're looking at says water is almost the Tao. Why? Because its qualities just perfectly mirror this huge cosmic principle. So, what are these amazing qualities then? Well, the first big virtue of water is its humility. It's this deep seated instinct to just serve without ever trying to compete. And just look at how this breaks down. Water is completely selfless, isn't it? It nourishes everything, from the tiniest blade of grass to the biggest creatures. It washes things clean, and this next part is so important. It always flows to the low places, the places nobody else wants to go. It never asks for recognition or a fancy position. It just gives and gives and gives, and never, ever fights for status. So here's the translation for our own lives, right? The big takeaway is shifting our mindset from, how do I compete, to how can I contribute? It's about finding real strength, not by lording it over others, but by supporting them from below, just being content to help other people win. Okay, so the second great virtue, this one builds on that humility, and it reveals one of the most famous, kind of mind-bending truths in all of Taoist thought. And it's this: there is incredible, incredible power in being soft and adaptable. The phrase for it is "ro neng kei gang." Softness overcomes hardness. Now think about it. We usually associate strength with being rigid, right? Like an oak tree, something unmovable. But this philosophy flips that completely on its head. It says that anything rigid is also brittle. It's fragile. It can be broken. True, lasting strength, that's found in flexibility. I mean, just picture this. A heavy snowstorm can snap a thick, tough branch right in two. But what happens to the soft willow? It just bends, lets the snow slide off, and then springs right back up. You can take a sword and hack at water all day long. You won't leave a single mark. You can build a huge concrete dam to hold it back. But just give it time. That soft, persistent water will always find a way through. And that is the very essence of adaptability. Water has no fixed form. It doesn't try to smash through obstacles, it just flows around them. It can be perfectly still, it can be a rushing torrent, it can sing like a little brook, or be totally silent in a deep pool. It just adapts to whatever situation it finds itself in without ever fighting its own path. All right, our third virtue. And this one might be the most hopeful of all. It's water's amazing, almost magical ability to purify itself, to always, always return to a state of clarity. And just think about this for a second. Life gets messy, right? It just does. It can stir us up with all sorts of confusion, negativity, anger, the mud and sand of just getting through the day. And we can end up feeling totally muddled and unclear. But what this ancient wisdom reminds us is that our essential nature, just like water's, is still pure underneath all that junk. So, how do we get back to that clarity? Well, we do it just like water does. If you take a jar of muddy water and just let it be still, what happens? All the sediment naturally settles down to the bottom and the water becomes clear again on its own. And for us, that's the secret. It's about finding those moments of quiet, of calm, just letting the chaos in our minds and hearts settle down so that our true, clear nature can come back to the surface. Okay, let's pull all these threads together now. We've got humility, we've got adaptability, and we've got clarity. So what does it really mean to embody these virtues? What does it mean to truly live like water? It means becoming, well, in a very profound sense, it means becoming undefeated. Now, I know that sounds like a crazy, bold claim, but the logic behind it is revealed in a series of really simple but incredibly powerful questions.
So, first question, just think about this for a second. Who can kill water? I mean, really. You can boil it into steam, you can freeze it solid, you can split it into atoms, but it always comes back together. It just changes its form. It is never, ever destroyed. It just endures.
Okay, next question, and this one really gets to its essential nature. Who can live without water? The answer is simple: nothing. Not a single thing. It is the absolute foundation of all life as we know it. So you see, to be an enemy of water is to be an enemy of life itself. And then the final question that just cements its role in the universe. Who doesn't depend on water? It's the ultimate servant, right? It's the foundation that everything else is built on. And by serving everything, it makes itself absolutely indispensable to, well, to everything. And that brings us to the final, really beautiful takeaway. To be humble, to be adaptable, to be clear, to be like water is to align yourself with the natural flow of the universe itself. It's to become one with the Tao. And when you do that, you tap into a kind of timelessness, a life that, just like a great river, flows effortlessly and forever. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Where in your own life could you maybe use a little less force and a little more flow?